On today's episode of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup, we're going to look at the various price movements for the day, and we're going to have a look at what the Bitcoin price chart looks like the day before a hard fork. All of that coming up on today's episode of the Cryptoverse, so stay right there. Hi there guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup. I'm your host, Chris Coney, the founder of Cryptoversity, the online school where you can learn about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and blockchains. Find out more at cryptoversity.com. So let's begin with coin market cap, as we always do. So today, when I do the most traded coin, I'm going to do the most traded altcoin. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin every day as the most traded coin. And on the odd occasion, it will be Ethereum. But anyway, in the top 20 today, we have BitConnect is the biggest winner by percentage. It's gained 4.08% and it sits there in 12th place. That's BitConnect, which is BCC, which is the one that's conflicting with Bitcoin Cash, which is also running with the symbol BCC. We'll see how that plays out. One of them's going to have to surrender that symbol sooner or later. In any case, BitConnect is $65.25 a coin, and it's sitting there at $411 million market cap. That's enough to put it in 12th place, a good $60 million beyond Neo, which is right below it. Now, in terms of the biggest loser today, two to three places above that, we have Monero in 9th place. Monero is down 3.32% today to $40.40, so 40.40. And that means that Monero has a market cap of $600 million. Moving on from there, I'm going to give the honourable mention to Iconomi, which is just outside the top 20 here. It's in the 21st place with $274 million of market cap. It's gained 5.61% today, bringing it up to $3.16. The reason I've given it the honourable mention is because, as far as I know, Iconomi launches tomorrow, the 1st of August. So this is, there's speculation that this is going to explode in price soon after it launches, once people actually see what this thing is going to do. It's a tool for investing and managing digital assets. I'm very much looking forward to testing out Iconomi for myself. So check out the Iconomi website if you're not familiar with it, and keep an eye on the price. Let's see what it does do when it launches tomorrow. And finally, the fourth award that I give out is the most traded. This is now the most traded altcoin award, and today it's LiteCoin with $60 million, nearly $61 million of trading volume in the last 24 hours. Oddly enough, on my screen, it's showing a 0 price gain in the last 24 hours, which means it might be exactly the same as it was 24 hours ago, which is kind of a spooky coincidence, but I'm sure it's correct. But that's all I've got here for the market roundup. Let's move on to the Bitcoin price chart. So I said let's have a look at what the Bitcoin price chart looks like the day before a hard fork. So it's Monday. That means we do Bitcoin against the US dollar. Fortunately, because tomorrow is the hard fork, and I probably would have put Bitcoin in this show anyway because of the urgency of it. So where are we at here? We're at a situation where my medium-term trend line is still there. I've made it thinner. So generally what I do is I'll make the line thicker or thinner based on the amount of confidence that I have in it. So that's trend lines. Forget these gold ones for a second. So that medium-term trend line that's gone right back from, what's that, the 25th of March it began. And then it comes right through. It's broken a couple of times here when we had the big crash most recently. And then when BIP91 locked in, it blew straight back up again. And then I drew this channel, which I thought was going to be a good support and resistance line, the bottom of which is 26.10, the top of which is 29.21. And you'll notice, even though 4 or 5 days ago, like on the 25th and the 26th, it came back out of that channel briefly and it came below the medium-term trend line. But what did it do? It bounced right off the 50-day moving average, as you can see there, from the two lows. So that was a price of about 24.13, and then it's rebounded back up above it again. And in the last 3 days, you see that the main bodies of the candles are sitting above the medium-term trend line. And the tails are either on or have been rejected by the trend line and that 26.10 level. Overall, though, if you forget that and just zoom out, largely the price movement is sitting in between those two horizontal lines, except for a brief visit outside of it. But even then, it was sort of like an elastic band, like a rubber band, where the price went outside of the channel and then snapped back in again. So there were a few forces acting on the price there. There was the medium-term trend line that is snapped back above, the 50-day moving average, and then that channel. So those three things didn't break and hold, if you know what I mean. The 200-day moving average on Bitcoin continues to trend up, however, and in terms of Fibonacci retracement levels, if I zoom out just a little bit more, we see yet another sign of what supported the price. The 23.6% Fibonacci level, which is almost 2,500. It's $24.99 and 20 cents. So let's call it 2,500. That's the thin red line that runs across my chart here. And then if we zoom back in and look at it from that point of view, you'll see that when the price came down below the channel and the medium-term trend line, the tail not only bounced off the 50-day moving average, it was also threatening to go below that 2,500 level, and it didn't hold for more than a day, and now it's bounded right back up again. So there's lots of support around that 2,500 level. The most major one, in my opinion, would be that Fibonacci retracement line, which has shown good resilience in this case. So far today, we're trading at 27.36 and 60 cents now. And today's candle is very small, with a very small range and a very small tail on it. It's a very small sort of T-shaped hammer kind of candle. So indecision. I'm not surprised, to be honest. I don't know what will happen to the price during the hard fork. You know, I'm planning to do a live stream tomorrow to live stream the hard fork as it happens, and I'll be monitoring the prices, looking at Kraken, which is going to trade both pairs, and so on. So later on today on the YouTube channel, you should see an event appear for a live stream and what time it will be, and then you can set a reminder and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you'll join me for that. But other than that, thank you very much for joining me for this edition of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, get subscribed. And if you would like access to my structured courses, which contain my very best stuff, check out cryptoversity.com. Alright guys, that's all for today. I'll be back with another edition of the Cryptoverse Market Roundup tomorrow. And I'll be back later today with the news and commentary show. So until then, it's me, Chris Coney, saying bye for now.